Okay, so one thing the West and Islam agree on, although I think Islam is part of the West, by the way, because we're all people of the book. I mean, the triune God in the Christian sense is still subordinate to a higher order unity. And so there is a powerful movement towards monotheism in Judaism and Christianity and Islam, and that seems to be a point of some agreement. We're also, all three societies are also people who've made a decision collectively in some mysterious manner that a book should sit at the basis of culture, a specific book that's been aggregated in a strange way, in a mysterious way. And so we also agree on that. And so that's a starting place at least. And obviously there's been a lot of interpenetration of ideas between Islam and Judaism and Christianity. I mean, the prophets in Islam are the same prophets that go through the three major Western monotheistic religions.
Yes.
And so that's a fair bit of commonality.
Yes.
And so that's a good place to start building bridges. And so Islam is stringently monotheistic. And then the submission idea, what exactly, I mean, God is ineffable in a sense. And so what does submission mean exactly?
Right.
And how is that related to worship? And how is that related to the good, let's say, on a practical level?
Right. So I think what you said before, there was a point you made about defining faith through action. And I think that we would strongly agree with that. And that's what we believe. Our definition of faith is what you basically believe in the heart, say on the tongue, and do with your actions. That's like a definition of faith for us, or iman, the idea of iman. In terms of the good, now there are different conceptions in Islam of the good. But the main thing is we believe that God is good, quite similar to what Christians believe, and therefore he wants good for human beings, and that the injunctions of God are also good. In terms of submission, and this is extremely important here, submission can only be done through revelation. That is our position. The position is that submission is actually impossible without a guidance, and the guidance we believe obviously is the Quran. But we also acknowledge the Torah, the original Torah that was sent to Moses, and the original Injil, or the gospel that was sent to Jesus. But what we have is, you can call it a doctrine of tahrif, which means corruption. So what we believe is that what happens is, with these books, you've had basically corruption happen to them. So we don't know what is part of that book and what is not part of that book. We don't know exactly what Jesus said and what isn't, because there is no clear chain of narration back to Jesus Christ. But going back to the point of submission is to follow the prophets, all of them, because a Muslim cannot be a Muslim unless they believe in, revere, love, and respect all of the prophets, including Jesus, Moses, Abraham, and all of them. Follow all of them and in their way. And once again, we believe that they were divinely inspired. So, and there is evidence that all of these prophets come with. And I think I was on that point when I was telling you that the differentiating factor between the Prophet Muhammad and the rest of the prophets is, we believe, whereas all of the other prophets came for their people and their time, we believe that Muhammad came for all people and all times.
Yes, well, that's certainly what Christians say about Christ.
Yes, but in the Bible, you'll find some verses that are saying, I've only been sent for the lost sheep of Israel.